Which one did we do yesterday? Customers who never order, combining employee bonus, salesperson. Does anybody remember? And all right, let's see. Where did this end up put us on the chart? There we go. Alrighty. SQL. Let's change that to SQL. Yeah. Let's get ready to do yesterday's challenge. All right. What was this? What is this called? Salesperson. Salespersons. SQL aggregate array. What do we want to call this? SQL aggregate array. SQL aggregate. Sorry, everybody. I guess I haven't been talking a lot this morning. See, because I need to have keywords here that are not used. So I need how to handle multiple using an array. Aggregate array. Using aggregate array to solve Leetcode. Yeah, there we go. Using aggregate array to solve Leetcode 607. Bingo. There we go. All right, let's see. Anybody showing up yet? Hope everyone's doing well today. All right, let's get ready. Using aggregate array to solve Leetcode 607. Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics, and we're sticking with our SQL and our Leetcode challenges and really staying warm with our problem solving with SQL. So in this problem, it was actually a very interesting situation where we were given some tables, and the information that we had was we were going to be giving a salesperson, and we wanted all of the salespeople who did not sell to a specific company. So what the challenge with this was is you might go, oh, well, I'll just do a where clause and have it not have that company in it. Well, here's the caveat. That technique is flawed because that would be that sale for that salesperson and that company. We wanted to omit any salesperson who sold to that company ever. So the way that you do this is you use an aggregate array. So you were to compress all of the sales for each individual salesperson. Like right here, you have this salesperson, which actually happens to be Pam. Well, right here, Pam sells to this company that we want to omit, but on this line, Pam is only selling to this. So if we did our typical where clause, we would still get Pam right here in this example. But if we compress this and we were to form this into an array, and then we look inside the array, and also this technique that I used is, I don't know if you've ever seen me do this, I actually put a subquery inside a where clause. So those can actually be, because we wanted this to, basically it was not. So if it was present in here, it would be omitted. So we would have this one salesperson, because Pam is omitted. I think that's Alex omitted. And then this line, because this is Pam. So this is the only one left. And then we need to look inside whomever is not in this group. And that's what we're doing right here with where sales ID not in, and then pass in our subquery. So if you have not seen anything like this, these are the type of challenges that we're doing every day over on Leetcode to keep our SQL skills very sharp, and we go through problem solving, we answer things in the chat. If you're not on the Discord, make sure you're jumping over to the Discord down below. There's an invitation link down there. So please go ahead and jump over there so you can get the help that you deserve and need. And please drop any comments, questions, video requests. Make sure you're hitting that like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell. And as always, thank you everyone so much for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. All right, we got that out of the way. Anybody come and show up? All right, how's everyone doing today? Let's see. If you're just joining, if you don't mind just saying hey, so we can. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Because I was looking at seeing which ones we were going to do, and I saw one that was very, very cool, and now I've already lost it. I was not very organized this morning, so I apologize to everyone. It was going to be department highest salary, and then there was another one. We'll get started on this. Consecutive numbers. That's going to be a good one. Last person to fit on the bus. That sounds funny. Exchange seat. That sounds like a sorting algorithm more than anything. All right. Department highest salary. Let's go ahead and jump in there. So I have no idea who's here today. So if you just want to drop something in chat to say hey, because especially if there's anyone new here, I would love to make sure that we're covering everything. All right. So let's see. Let's see if we can read this pretty clear, and then we'll get started. I haven't even checked the sizing. This sizing okay? All right, perfect. And here we go. So we are going to be giving the department highest salary. We have a table, employee. Here's the schema. Has 4 columns. And int varchar. See, I've heard varchar and varchar. I guess it'd be varchar. I like car. Varchar. I don't know. All right. ID is the primary key. Unique values. Blah 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 blah. Department ID is the foreign key. So that just says this is, hey, that's going to be your link to another table, foreign key, whenever you see, because someone to you is foreign, right? So here's department ID. This is foreign to the table, but then it's going to be linked to ID here. That's what that means. There's an association between these two. That's what it's trying to tell you. Very rarely are you going to be that fortunate to be told what is what is foreign. If you get that is If you get that in documentation from people making things, you are a very fortunate individual. All right, so then each row in the table indicates ID, name, salary, and employee. It also contains ID of their department. Bingo. We just saw that. So they elaborate on it again. All right, so department is the ID of the department and then the name of the department. And here we are, ID, the primary key, unique value of the table. It is guaranteed the department name is not null. So this is important. So this is actually in the design of the table, and it says not null. So if you try to write to it and you leave that empty, it's going to fail on that write. So guaranteed, it is guaranteed, so you don't have to worry about that. Each row of the table indicates the ID department and its name. Benke, good day to you. Hope you're doing well. Write a solution to find employees who have the highest salary in each department. Return the result, blah, 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 blah. All right. Let's get started, and I forgot to pull something out already today. Boom. It's all right. See now, I can't tell. Okay, now it's showing 3. I don't know. YouTube's been acting weird for the past few days. So just like select star from, let's just see what employee looks like. Limit 5. We just kind of want to touch it, see what it's like. Bring this over here. All right, boom, boom, boom. Salary. So for each department. So all right, so for each department, we're going to be sorting this, and so we need to bring in department. So there's no way around this. All right, so then join. Is it straight up department? Yep. Department on alias, always alias, always alias. You'll be typing for days and you'll want to die. E dot department ID equals D dot ID. All right, let's bring this in, kind of see where we are. So far, done half your SQL playlist. Haven't gotten enough time. Wow, you've already gone through. Wow, that's quite impressive. And thank you. All right, so here we are. Let's always check to make sure that your joins look right, because what happens if you typed the wrong table? You do not assume, investigate, quantify, validate, all of these steps. Do not skip any of these steps. You will go nuts. So all right, so first we need to then, so the way that I like, so we just think about this, let's think about this for a second. Let's just do this. Let's do this Excel like. All right. Order by 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then 3. So now let's look at this. So what am I doing? So I'm ordering by department, and then I'm ordering by salary. But check this out. So it defaults to ascending. So now I'm going to say, so if I needed department to be descending and then salary to be ascending, I'd put department on the interior of the comma. So this is a completely legal statement. I want department to be ascending, and I want salary to be descending. So, all right, okay, so check this out. So now, basically what I did is I sorted by here first, this column, then I sorted by here. So if I were to be using it, when I first started doing SQL, I would actually export. I would export. Let's see if I'm missing anything. Okay, I'm unmuted. That's weird. Okay, sorry. I was just went over to Python SQL and I realized that we were in. There was a chat going on a year and a half ago, and we weren't talking about SQL. Sorry. So if we sorted here first, so here's the department. This is the highest salary. Then the second department, here's this. So basically, I want. Let's again see the solution. Write a solution to find employees who have, okay. So this is important. Employees who have the highest salaries in each department. So it should output this and this because Jim and Max have the same salary and Henry has the highest salary on the sales team. All right, so now let's go through this. Let me go back to chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. All these clauses have been covered, like left join, group by, order by, limit. All these clauses. I think I've covered them. Have I not? Did I have? Because I was not very good. I've only improved my joins probably over the past year because I hated outer joins. Oh, I hated them so much. Let's see. All right, I did cover it. Okay, cool. Because I couldn't even. How old is that playlist? Contribute your case test. No. All right. So now we need to. So if you think about this, so we looked at the type of ranking. So we're not going to use. We know we're not going to use row number because this is going to be 1 and 2. So we're going to miss out on one of these. And I always have to remember this would be rank. So the reason, so what rank does is it will assign, this would be 1, so this would get 1, 2. So if we're gonna, here, let's look at this. Order by where department ID is equal to 1. Where might need to be above order. Yep. So there's a certain order of operations here, and I do need to refresh, and we will share. Oh man, I copied the wrong thing. So where department ID equal to 1. So what am I doing? 2 years. Whew, 2 years. I see. I'm okay. All right. So if I do row number, I would get 1, 2, 3. So if I then pulled my identifier as my row number, I would not get this second. I would not get max. And because like here, like right here, we would get Max and Jim, and we just need Henry from the other department because Max and Jim have the same salary. So now, rank is going to work because actually in this instance both of them will work. Because dense rank is you'd get first first and second. So either one will work for the first place, but only dense rank works for second. Like if we wanted second place, we'd use dense rank. So first place, either of them work. Actually, we're gonna do both. So now we need to, let's clean this up. We need a department name. So we need E dot star, and we need D dot name. Let's see if we can start cleaning this up just a little bit. And actually, we really only need E dot name, E dot salary. We're down to that? Okay, we're down to this. And now the only problem is we need to order by one, two, then one. And we're going to change this so we don't do this again. Name and then salary. Check and make sure that did it right. Order by salary descending. Thank you. Reverse. And very good catch. Cut. Comma. Let's try that again. See how close we are. All right, there we are. Why is... Oh, that's Department 1. Okay. Now I want to throw rank on here. All right. So now we're going to look at dense rank and look at the differences between them. So row number, we don't need row number, but rank over partition by order by, so partition by, we're going to partition by D name, because we want these ordered by this. Partition by this over order by salary, descending. Partition by D name, order by E salary, descending. Let's see if I remembered that right. Hello, Natural. How are you? Hope you're doing well. So, all right, let's so you see how we have now, we are very, very close. And see how what I'm referring to about with rank, we have 1, 1, and 2 get skipped. So let's kind of break this down of why 2 is getting skipped. So with rank, you have, it's like when you think about the Olympics. You have somebody tie for first place. Well, that takes up the 3 places. So 2 people are on the podium for first place, and then you have someone on the podium for third place. There's still 3 people. Now, dense rank, let's look at this. That's not, is that, let's make sure I'm spelling dense rank. SQL, dense rank. Yeah, okay. Okay. Now let's run this and see the difference. Now, this you can get away with. Oh wow, I like that. That's very cool. Rank and dense rank. And so typically, what it does is it just names whatever, or you get column 0, or there's all sorts of ways that this gets handled. But it's actually ranking it for it, putting rank here. So see, either of this techniques works for first place, but if we remember yesterday's challenge, we had to find the second. So that's going to be our next step. Yes, that's going to be our subquery. But we're actually don't know if we're going to look at CTEs today. I've been forgetting, and I was reading more about it. So subquery is a lot slower than a CTE. So I want everybody to know how to write a CTE. Traction, CTE, table. Well, let's just look up CTE. SQL CTE. Common table expression. So what it does, the reason why CTEs are also extremely powerful is they go into memory. So it's actually kind of like the equivalent of storing a variable. So you don't have to redo something. So if you're going to reference that table again, it's 100%. You 100% definitely want to do a CTE. But it is kind of standard practice. So what I was reading, that CTEs are still faster than subqueries. So all right, let's make sure we're going real slow over this. So between rank and dense rank, finding the first, the highest, the most, whatever, rank 1, either of them, you get the same result. Now, if you're looking for, depending on what you're looking for, they have their own purpose, but I want you to be aware of what they're doing and how they're working. So if you were to have to find the second highest salary, you'd use dense rank, because you would skip right over the second highest, and you get the third person, the third ranking. There we go. All right, and of course row number would just be 1, 2, 3, and we'd have a whole other issue. So then you wouldn't use row number because you would miss max, because row number would, if there's a tie, SQL just arbitrarily picks one and just goes 1, 2. So Jim would and you may get different answers. So one time you might get Jim, one time you might get Max. So that's why validation is so important. You're like, wait a minute. I just got this answer over here. So make sure you're not limiting and you're doing a shuffle. Shuffle is very dangerous. So row numbers, if you partition by and there's a tie, and also group by shuffle. Group by shuffle, so you have to be very careful. So if you aggregate before, that's faster because you can press all like beforehand and then you go from there. All right, so now let's keep tweaking this. So we just proved that in this instance both work, so we're just going to use rank because we're looking for the highest. So we're going to use rank. So this works. We don't need get rid of this limit. And like Venki was saying, now we just do where, and we want all of the ones. So let's look at with highest Let me see if I have this syntax right. Select. Let's just do star from highest where what do we call it? Oh, as rank where rank equal to 1. I can't remember if this needs a comma or not. If this syntax throws an error, yep. Okay, so you do need a comma. And I may need to check this completely. Select highest. Let's see. Is it as? There we go. As. Then I get rid of the comma. I had the wrong. All right, let's look again. With let's create table. Whoa. Okay. With highest as. Yeah. Okay, spelled that the same. Let's see what I'm missing. Apparently I need to go practice my CTE syntax. Doesn't like as. Doesn't like as. Ah. Syntax order. Because associating as this table as this. Of course that's wrong. All right, so let's see. Let's see where we are. And so I have too much information. We want find employee's name, salary, department. Department, employee, and salary. All right. So we all, right now this has, it's a name. So we need to change first right here. Let's just get this as, in case this is case sensitive. And then change this to as employee. All right, so let's go over this, what I'm changing. So I'm actually doing this up here in the CTE so that when I call the columns, they're already named. So as they go through, so this is what's very interesting about SQL. As you're going through, so I've aliased this, but I've also basically I'm not aliasing it anymore. I've cast it. I've turned it into department. So now down here, this is department, this is employee, this is salary. So these are the name. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Oh, here we go. The rank. So I don't need rank. So I need department, employee, and salary. And then now here's how I can, so I have them right here. Now I'm going to reorder them. And I'm handling this right here. So I need department employee, right? So we can look at them. Department, whoops. In case it's sensitive, and salary. Let's see. All right, wanted to check lighting, and we should be good now. And then we'll go. And boom, there we are. So we have a complete match. So now we're going to ship this, and we're going to submit and see how this is. Everyone get the difference? We look like geniuses. All right, so they're having a problem with their timing again. Their timing feature, their clock feature. All right, does everybody get CTE? It's weird, but once you start doing it, it makes sense, because I remember when I would get stuck on joins, I would turn them into CTEs, because then I wouldn't have to worry about naming of tables, and basically also you can put and then you can have multiple CTEs and stack them up. I remember one time I just could not get these joins to work, so I turned everything into a CTE, and then I moved down, and then I came down here and just did a select and did 3 nice little pretty joins right here from my CTE tables, and it worked. So all right, let's see. So we did that. Let's go back. Let's do another one. See how long I've been on. We're on 38 minutes. Any questions so far of anything we want to look at? That was a pretty good one. I could have sworn last person monthly transaction. That sounds good. I thought capital gains and loss. Customer who bought all products. I saw one. Here we go. This is the one I wanted to do, because I can already feel that this is a pretty good one. All right. Managers with at least 5 direct reports. So this is straight up row number. So let's go. And I just want everyone to get practice at row numbers. All right. Here we go. We have column, name, department, manager ID. Aha. So if you go up a level and you're a manager, this is where I can already see it. So when you get to middle management, you have managers reporting to you. Is it a specific use case, or is it always CTE better? From what I've read, CTE is always better, just because the way that SQL compiles. Because I think it prioritizes. Don't hold me to this explanation, but I believe it gives it priority over runtime, and I believe that's why, and the way that it's stored. So it's a SQL processing, but I was rereading it last night. I think you'd have to get into the CTE would have to be like awful. But you'd still have to run it as a subquery. So it becomes more awful outside of a CTE, because it's referring to it. The best I can think of it, when I read it last night, the best that I equated it to was it was a generator. So it like almost doesn't always, it goes and looks at it, and it just doesn't do everything all at the same time. It just kind of is there and refers back to it when need to. That's what I got out of it. All right. If manager ID is null, then the employee doesn't have a manager. No employee will be the manager of themselves. All right. So look, this is what I'm talking about. They have these two sentences in here for a reason. This is why I'm obsessed with Leetcode. I don't know if they have that. They must have either a lawyer who used to, or a business person who used to be a lawyer, or they have a very good business person and a very good lawyer working side by side who like each other. Because this is, now my watch isn't talking to my phone because I'm getting texts and it's not coming through. Okay. So now I probably got to restart my watch. I hate it when it does that because I don't know when I don't notice. Because I don't know because of my phone's in the other room. All right. If manager ID is null, then the employee doesn't have a manager. All right. So that's one. So we got to handle null. So we keep that in the back of our mind. No employee will be their own manager. All right. Let's keep that in mind. But they're telling us that for a reason. All right. So employee table. All right. So John. Everybody here works for John. Did we already do this? No, this is just very close to one of our last ones. Output John. All right. Write a solution to find the manager at least 5 reports. All right, so cool. So we're going to have to send this back to itself. So, all right, select star from employee. All right. Ow. Okay, sorry. Where was that? Sorry, my wife sent an old photo. I can't believe it's already 2018 past. All right, here we are. All right, so Let's see. Row number. This bothers me about the syntax of this. Over partition by manager ID. Do we care about an order? No. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So All right. With 5 as then from select star from 5. Because then we're going to need to join it back to itself. Went the wrong way. Where, let's see, as e count. Where e count where e count greater than 5, greater than or equal to 5, greater than 4. Let's just stick to greater than or equal to 5. So now watch this. So now we need to compress this down. Now, all right. Now we could have a problem. So what I'm already trying to think of is we don't want all of this. So here's our dilemma. So we're going to need to push this back because here's ID. Do we have more than one case? No. So I can already see where this is going to go. So one, we have too much information. And if he had 6 employees, we would have 2 lines here. So we need to, one, do a distinct group by. So I'm trying to write this as optimized as possible. So what we really want right here is manager ID, and then we're going to join, we're going to do manager and then manager ID and group by, because we don't want to do distinct, because group by manager ID. So we're going to have it. We can get this done, but I'm trying to write this optimized as possible while we're doing it. Okay, manager ID, what? Manager ID. Okay, let's go back. Why doesn't it like this? Star. All right, let's run. See if this runs. So it doesn't like my group by. Perhaps you meant to refer to No way. Seriously? I've never seen this before. This doesn't make any sense. But again, we said we're not going to argue with our code. That was our rule for yesterday, right? Manager, am I typing it wrong? Oh. I guess Postgres is case sensitive. It is. It is case sensitive. That's crazy. All right, so what we're going to have a problem with here is I can already see this and feel this. If right now, if this manager had, if John had 7 employees, this would be 1 row, 2 row, 3 row. So 6, 5, 6, and 7. So what we have to do, because let's go back. Just to make sure that this sinks in. Because I said greater than or equal to 5. And I guess actually I could handle this by, no, we don't have to group by. We'll just make this 5. Okay. Different technique. Because then we only get 1 row. Count star greater than or equal to 5. Count star greater than or equal to 5. That's the greater than or equal to that would cause a problem. Because you would get multiple rows of. Let's let this be. Trying to get. I wish it had a second case, but so the way that this would happen is I would have row numbers of the employees 6, 5, 6, and 7. And then what would happen is I would take this manager ID and then I would join it, and then it would join multiple times, and I would get that's what I made a comment yesterday, over joining. So it would link up and connect all of the occurrences of that, and I would get multiple duplicate rows of data. So that's why this is, so I was going to do greater than or equal to, and then I was going to do a group by. Well, group by, I'm pulling in more data, I'm shuffling, but we just care if they have 5. So then I'm only returning, so they could have 5 or more or 1,000, but I'm only going to get that 1 row of that one manager with 5. At least 5, because I'm looking at the row number. So this is where it gets a little dicey about how you're solving the problem and how we're going about it. So now what we're going to do is now we're going to be joining back shoot. Because if I do this where clause, because I'm trying to avoid subqueries today, because everything that I kept seeing last night was like, never write a subquery. I'm like, that's how I survived. That's how I got along, was writing subqueries. Ew, how bad is that light? It's not bad. It's not great. I already recorded for today. All right, I'll show you the old way that I'm going to do this, because Let's see if we can figure out how to do this with a CTE. Because I can't do that, because then I'm going to be turning that into a subquery and a CTE, and I think then you would get drug out into the street and chastised, and then have everyone point and laugh. Oh, I installed Docker last night. That was interesting. Don't know what was going on, because I got stuck on, I was trying to do a other course and follow along, and Docker couldn't get installed. Then all of a sudden Docker went in, and then now I need to get Airtable put on my system. And I think if I can get Docker, Airtable, and Snowflake, and if I can learn those, then I just need to get an interview. And then if I pass the SQL, then I'm set. So we'll see. All right. So like I said, this is awful. So now star or select. Select star from and slar from employee. This is sub. As E join E on manager ID equals EID. And then this is, let's see what we get. We're close. We're going to get too much information. Wait a minute, EID on E. So it does not like EID. Join manager ID. I'm looking at it right here. This is in E. Let's just do this. Sub. Okay, wait a minute. Well, now my phone's working all the time. All right, let's go back through this. So E, manager ID, and sub ID. Let's stay consistent. E, ID. So going right table, left table, right join, left join. So each side, because you can get into a little bit of a pickle. I don't know when you have an issue, but you can have an issue pretty easily. So sub manager ID. There we are. That should do it. Well, we'll find out if it does it or not. Okay. This is now enraging me. Okay, so 5. What's up, Peaky? How are you doing today? We're trying to get this solved. So right now, this is manager ID, and this is sub. I've lost track of my aliasing, because I want to join. I need to get, because right now we're going to have 101. EID. It says async. Anybody see it? This is embarrassing. On. There we are. Alright, so here we are. So now we have our, so right now we just need name. So let's check and make sure we don't have any ambiguity with name. So we have ID, name, department, manager ID, manager ID. Bingo, bingo. So we just drop this down. I'm hanging in there. I'm doing all right. So then I'm just going to drop this down to name. Now, I would like to see if I can do this, because taking a subquery, joining it in and on itself. So, all right, let's see. So now we have John, boom, boom, boom. Let's run this. And I think we've already solved a lot of the problem. And I got to get faster at these. Oh, I'm thinking about milliseconds. Or I was looking at this, so we're good. All right. So let's come back here and change this to greater than or equal to. And let me show you how this will probably error. Because we're going to get more rows. Bingo. This is what I wanted to show. Right here. Vinky, are you still here? So this is what I wanted to show you. So in this instance, this individual had six reports. That's why they are here multiple times. So now you could do this a variety of ways. You could do distinct or group this down. But then those two actions cost. But when I change this, but if you begin to think about it, and that's what you have to do, you have to visualize the data and what's going to happen. So when I change this back to greater than or equal to, and I get two outputs. So this exit person, or EX1T, I think that was just coming up with letters. That's cool. That manager had six direct reports because we did greater than or equal to. So there, when we pulled this, we get the rows because that would be row 5 and row 6. So that's two records. Row 5 and multiple records equal one record, or it have to be, since we're counting. So that's what we have to think about. How are we acting? Our row number is counting. We're not identifying. So if we did, in the old one, we did rank, and we had rank, and we could have more than one. We did rank dense, so we could have more than one. So this is why this technique solves this problem. Now, you could handle it any other way. No, that's not good. Now I want to rerun that again. So understanding the anatomy and the shape and the being of what you're going to have. So we could get this faster and probably come about this and just, but it would do a shuffle sort. All right, I'll work on that more later. But all right, let's see. Any questions so far with this? Because this can get very tricky very, very quickly. So if you are confused, it's completely normal. Because, look, all I did was stare and think about rows and columns for 2.5 years. And that's all I did. And then I did other things on top of that to solve this, and for 40 plus hours. So, and rows and columns are even easier to me. Now, writing it in SQL, that's the challenge. But seeing this right here, understanding why 17 has to be the way 17 is without causing more work is now very simple to me. It took me a minute, but I could handle this, and we could do this as a distinct. Like if we made this greater than or equal to, and then we threw a distinct on top of this, that would also solve it. Or do a group by and go from there. All right, let's see. What's the next one we want to do? Let me go back to chat. Anything? Rank scores? No. Customers who bought all products. This sounds really good. I like this. All right, so let's get started. This table may contain duplicate rows. Perfect. Your life, if you want to deal with data, you're going to have duplicate rows. You're going to have your duplicates are going to have duplicates. All right, so let's see. Let's see if I got all, and I did not get that text. What? So I'm getting every other text. Never mind, I lied. Okay. Mark is red. Mark is red. For those of you who have English as a second language, does it drive you nuts that because English is my only language, and I don't, and you've already seen me not read so good, and typing and spelling and speaking. I can only I can speak one language 0.8%, but read and read. I remember as a kid, I was like, that is so it's the same spelling. And you have to pick up the context in the sentence, which way to pronounce it. So, and then red, if you think about it, well, then red, well, is that I read or is that the color red? I hated spelling, and especially reading out loud in class. So this took me forever to get comfortable to do. Even 10 years ago at 37, I would have had a panic attack and not done this on the internet. I mean, still every once in a while, I don't know if you've heard my anxiety pick up when I begin to make multiple mistakes. So, all right. So customer. So this table may contain duplicate rows. ID is not null. So that's our product key. Product key is foreign key. Customer key is our primary key. So foreign, remember, going to be relating to product table. So these are going to be interrelated, our customer and our product. So this product only has the product key. What? That seems like an awful design, because has no extra information. That's a waste of a table because it provides no extra information. All right. It is what it is. All right. Product key is the primary key, unique for this table. Yes. Write a solution to report customer IDs from customer table that bought all the products in the product table. All right. So let's let that sink in for a second. Let's come down here and look at our example. So customer, all right, so in this example, I see the use case of it. All right, so it's a list of all the products. So it's basically to keep up with all of the, okay, I see the purpose of it. All right, so it's a comparison, because when you're comparing tables, you're doing so much there. All right, have they used the whole table? So think about buckets. Are they in? Okay, if it's got duplicates, we can use count distinct. Yes, but we don't need to count, so we're not going to be counting. So think about, let's go back and look at this. So I think I know where you're going with this. We don't want to count. So if we're counting, we want to connect here. So we're going to be looking for basically, give me a second. Because I'm trying to get better at arrays too. So basically right now, since this is the entire product table, we need this entire column to be associated with each customer. Ooh. So we take the product key and maybe turn it into an array. And we turn each customer into an array and we see if they're the same. I don't know if that's how I would do it in Python. I would compress this down and I would make a collection, an array of all of the customer's all of the customer's purchases. So what I would do is I would do a distinct product, an array distinct, aggregate array distinct product ID on customer, then compress product key, and then see if they're the same. Then we would use all. Don't know how to do that in SQL, but we're going to try. So we're not counting. We're looking for presence of all. At least that's what I'm thinking. Now, Vinky, your problem solving is hang on. Okay. Oh, no. My daughter wants to go drive out of town an hour with a friend. And, oh, no. Absolutely not. She does not need to be in that part of town at that time of day. If everybody knows what I'm talking about. All right. Remember my grandfather had a line. There's a time and an age that you need to be out. There's a direct relationship with the time of day and how late. Then there comes a point that nobody should be out. If you're out, you should be working because nothing good's happening. And here in the U.S., everything awful happens between midnight and 4 a.m. God, just awful. And I'm getting old where it just is gut wrenching because it's usually a young person doing something stupid and either has ruined other people's lives or have ruined their lives. Ruined, or they're gone, ruined their family's life, hurt somebody, ruined their life, and their life's over. So I don't know, that stuff really bothers me these days. So sorry about that. Let's see, select. Let's get this in here. Nope. Okay, select star from. We need to get customer. All right, let's bring this in here. Let's just get limit 5. Let's just run this. How are we on time? What are we doing? We're at an hour 15. Oh, facts. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's the same place. Human beings are human beings. That's the thing that intrigues me. I was somewhere and I was watching this father and daughter. I mean, it just could have been. It could have been an exact conversation I'd have with my daughter. I'm just like, my goodness. It's like the same talk, same attitude, same body language, same rolling of the eyes. I swear. All right, so here we are. So we need to, let's find out if we can compress. Because what I want to do is I want to compress these two. I want to put an aggregate. I want to make these an aggregate array. And let's see. So customer ID on ag array. Let's get the syntax. Let's see. Aggregate array. What did they do? Yeah. Where was? Not array concat. Ooh, array concat. Ooh, that's a good one. Array length. Ag array. No, I don't want to lose. Ooh, I almost closed out live stream. Whoopsie. Postgres ag array. Ag array expression. I want product key, and then order by customer ID. Order by customer ID, I think, as combined. See if this works. We're going to find out. Ag array, no function. Okay. Ag array. Array ag. Customer ID. Oh, yeah. Group by. Whenever you have an aggregate function, you have got to have a group by. Bingo. All right. So now, I am awful. Here's one more. You can have a join. Here's one of the other ones. So we can a whereby join. There's a join. You can. This is where SQL gets crazy strong. Joins and wheres, and you can merge these in, because basically I also then want where was the syntax for my all and any yesterday? I'm so hungry right now. Array ag from table. And then equivalent to all hang on. Only problem is order by customer ID, order by customer ID, order by product key. I want to see something. Because you could have this in the wrong order. I want to see if this matters. Order by maybe it doesn't matter, but I do want to try this. I'm thinking my Python brain is thinking, let me show you what I'm thinking because I'm not going to be able to explain this very well. Let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3 equals 1, 2, 1, 3. That's what I'm worried about. But if three, 2, 1. Okay, that's been any. Okay, no. All right, let's go back. Let's go back here. All right. So right now, now I need to get. Can we avoid the alias syntax as? Is it valid to use from customer? You can. I like. You can do it either way, but I like this because the blue breaks it up for me. Either way is legal, and it's more of a what's your organization if your organization cares. But you can do it either way. I like to do that because then my eyes draw right to it, because sometimes if I look over there and I only see the space, it may look like the same word to me. But yeah, either way is fine. It is completely legal. Except in some SQL syntaxes. I believe in a subquery I think you have to use as. I think that may be. Don't hold me to exactly the reason for it, but there is sometime a subquery you cannot use you can't alias without an as. So I think that's where between those two features, because consistency is my best friend, and when I begin to let's actually talk about that for a second. So consistency alleviates a lot of questions. And it actually then alleviates it frees up a lot of brain power. I know that sounds really weird, but for those of you who are here, you're here because we're similar. All right, so creativity and rigidness. So here's where you want to hear some really crazy stuff. You would think that, and this is probably the most counterintuitive anything I've ever heard. there was a writer. So you would agree with me that a writer is pretty creative. This writer regimented his entire day. He ate the same thing every day, so he didn't have to take up any brain creativity on figuring out what he was going to eat for his meals. So all of his brain power was left to go into his creative energy was left for all of it going into his products and his books. That blew me away. I thought any rigidness for a creative person would steal from the creativeness. It's the 100% opposite. It supports the creativity. And I was like, oh my God. And he hates it when he travels because then he's like, I got to decide what I'm going to have for dinner or lunch or breakfast. But he eats the same thing every day. And he goes, and then I just go and write. And so that was like the biggest aha moment to me. So consistency is our friend. And process rigidness is our friend to alleviate brain power and brain creativity for everything else. So that's also it too. Rote behavior. All right, going round and round with the daughter. 16 and a half. That's a lot of daughter right there. All right. Hey, let's see if we can get up to 6 likes, because we have 4 right now. So math would suggest that'd be an interesting math problem to see if. So we can't have everybody here has pressed the like button, because we would have more than 6. So if you've not pressed the like button, if you could do that for me, that would be awesome. Because we've had 77 people come and go. All right, so let's get back to this. So we have our array. So we're ordering this. So what I'm doing, the reason why I did this right here is I want this to go in and be ordered lowest to highest. So that when I then come over here, and I guess if I do a subquery on a join, I guess we can read about that. All right, so group by, I'm joining. This is gonna do not do this. We could do 2 CTEs. You want to see how there's this guy who ate mac and cheese for 17 years. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Was he a very creative individual? Because I don't know. It's just I'm becoming. I almost said I'm becoming more like my dad. I'm becoming my dad, and I'm becoming obsessed with the smallest of things, and I don't know. So the similarities, and I know you guys you all have probably heard me say this and are becoming annoyed with it, but the similarities between getting older, focusing on the smallest of things, programming, getting obsessed with the smallest of things, jiu-jitsu with the smallest of things. I was obsessed with my hand placement the other night. And between the difference between collar here and collar here, we're talking about 2 to 3 inches, and the amount of change of that. Working on a shuffle, working on a CTE, working on a subquery, focusing on the unbelievably of smallest of things. So, all right, we're gonna make 2 CTEs, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. All right, so this is. I don't know if he was creative. Saw this doc on Vice. He ate the same routine. I would bet he was, because what's very interesting is a creative person tends to be very idiosyncratic. and is an outlier, because I've been reading all these books about the atomic bomb and being mad and being a genius. That is so gray. Just ran across the mathematician Nash. You can't be that smart. Like what? Like Elon? You can't be that smart without being a little weird. Your brain, something's got to give. All right, with this is customer. With we already called customer. You know what? Let's just recall it customer. Customer as, and then we close this. All right. Now here this is how you do a second one. Ooh. Is it with? Yeah, it's still okay. Multiple CTE SQL. How to write multiple CTEs. So here we are. Blah blah blah. Come on, actually, code with comma. There we go. You don't need the with. You don't need the second with. It's just like a case when. So you just go comma, and then we go again. All right. Any questions right now? All right. Awesome. We picked up one more like, so thank you, everyone. All right. So now let's call this products. All products. We'll call it all P. All P as, we're going to stay consistent with our syntax. All right, all P, select product duct key. Oh, we're might just call this flat. We don't need the comma here. From, can't call this combined again. It's all going to be a keyword. No, we're good. All right, from product. All right, here we are. And that's okay. Select star from, we're just going to put these two together. Customer. Let's just make sure that this is going to work and it's not going to throw up, because I can't remember the rules for syntax. Hang on, I got to listen. I think I just heard something. Okay, we're good. Let's see. All right. So I have this flat. Now I'm going to let's see how this worked and see if we flatten this out. All right. How are we on time? Oh, we're good on time. Helps if you call the right table. All P. There we go. Awesome. So now I have one row. Blender, how are you? I'm doing well. Glad to have you here today. Do me a favor and hit that like button for me. All right, so we're working on a product. Well, I guess we are technically working on a product. So we're needing to flatten out all of this. So we have one array, but now we have a problem. So this join is not going to work. But now we do have a row. I do. You were here a few days ago, I believe. So I want to see, we're calling this all, where, so this is just a comparison. Let's try this. So what's the output supposed to look like? 1 and 3. Let's just join this and let's just see what it looks like. Let's throw something against the wall and see what works. So we have select star from customer, join all P. Let's see what this looks like. There's a syntax here that you can just put all the rows together. Yeah. All right. Bingo. So since I have one, so I just basically, I don't know if this is good or bad or fast or slow. I just know this works. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to see where combined is all. Let's try this. Okay, that is not the syntax. All right, so finding, and I think I closed it because I didn't think we were going to deal with arrays anymore. Syntax join, syntax, looking for presence. Comparing arrays. Okay. Comparing arrays in SQL. Is that it? Is that seriously just it? Where combined. Okay. Spelling. All right, where combined equals all. All right, so this syntax error at end of input. Syntax error at end of input. Join where combined is all. As compare. let's do this. This is getting ugly, but I want to work with this array. All right, where as compare. Okay, what does this say? Array at array, select array equal to array, because combined is an array, all is an array. We're so close. Right, so we want this output and this output. So what are we missing? And this is probably why they gave this to us, because this is I want to try something. All p dot all. I have no idea if this syntax will work, but I think it does. Intuitive. Okay, does not work. All p, all underscore p as all. As, that's right. Okay, this is this. All right. All p. So I'm combining. I have my spelling is awful today. Apologize, everyone. All right. So we're combined. So it doesn't like where combined is all. Okay. Doesn't like that. Equal. Doesn't like this. Even though that's the name of the columns. Let's see. Any, so we have two arrays. It's throwing up. Let's get rid of this. Everybody hanging in there with me? Because we are super close. Combining two columns, comparing comparing two columns which contain arrays. Compare two lists and two columns row-wise efficiently. This is pandas. I need SQL. Comparing and counting numbers of the same string. No. Compare arrays in Postgres. We just looked at that one. Compare two columns. That's Excel. How to compare two columns. We just tried that. It does not like. Let's try this one. So we have customer. I want to try this. Star. And I think did we already try this? P dot all. Does that fail? Does that crash? Yeah. So I gotta bring it in here, even though it's in my CTE. That's good to know. Yep, all. Sorry. Crap. See if all the kids are where they're supposed to be. Yep. Well, that's pretty impressive. I got kids all around town trying to keep up with them. All right. Well, now we're going to get this. We're going to do this another way. We got, how much time we got? Oh, did I start that late? I got 8 minutes and then 12 minutes. So I started at like 6 after. 36 past the hour, I guess is one way to put it. All right. Because I love this. But we can't combine. Because what our problem is, could do this with a row number. Can we do distinct row number? Because you do dense rank, that would work. Because then we do it in reverse. Then we do a distinct. But man, I want to do this with an array because I've got to get better at arrays. As we can see. Because right now, I mean, we are so crazy close here. Comma on all P. I mean, look at this. We have them sitting here side by side. They're side by side here looking at us. That's so cool. So that's right, and then everything else is wrong. And that's how it does it. And that gets green. This is actually very impressive, the way that they have this output. So all red is wrong. There's a test kit. That's pretty impressive too. All right. Did we already try this? Where combined equal to all. We already tried that, right? And it does not like that. It doesn't like all. Or does that think it's a keyword? It thinks that's a keyword. Flat. I want to try this. It could just be a straight up syntax problem. Okay, so tell you why this is failing. So all is a keyword. All is a function. So you have to watch what you name things. There we go. That's it. It was that simple. This is what drives me. This is, oh, I wish everybody was still here. I wish I could keep the retention, because these things, and this is why those of you who are still here, this is why I do this, is to motivate and to share. But did you see how close we were? So it was the smallest of smallest problems. It was a keyword problem. There's nothing wrong with our logic. So look at what we just did. And then now we just go, what? Customer ID. And we're done. And we just flattened this out. We used an array. We got better. We got smarter. We remembered that, hey, all is a function. We can't use all as a function. And we're doing this right here. So we have two CTEs, common table. I need to definitely remember CTE, common table expression. Bring these both in. Hit flat. Boom, boom. So this is starting to turn into pretty good SQL. And doesn't this look a lot better than a bunch of garbage subqueries? It's more readable. We go here. So even when you're in an interpret, they go, okay, I got to scroll. Okay, there it is. Oh, so you're doing this with aggregate arrays, and then you're comparing the two arrays, and if they're the same, boom. This is why I knew this guy that I was following and watching. He kept just talking about arrays and the power of them. Didn't really know they existed. And then there's a way to unpack the array. You look like a genius when you start to unpack an array, because it's all flat and it's nested, and you could be saving millions or billions of rows of data. Like if I would have known this, if I would have known about arrays and watched this person 2 years ago, I would have been a god, and I could have probably rivaled some of the people above me, because we were all self-taught. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the only problem is it's so hard to get outside your circle, because you're constantly learning, and you're having to pick what you learn. Okay, cool. All right, let's see what we miss. All right, so customer output expected. Whoa. All right, so let's see. Let's add this. Let's bring this back over here. All right. Product key. Which is? Flew right by it. Product key. Oh, this is interesting on why this isn't working. All right, so we could do this on a test of I have a strong feeling. Let's bring in star, and let's bring in right now let's do customer 21. Where customer ID equals 21 and 1, 2, 3. All right, let's bring this in. My goodness. All right. Oh. Bingo. Okay. We have multiple, so we got distinct. So array aggregate distinct. Everybody see the problem? So they had multiple orders. So of course the product table is just going to be the products. If they're ordering, so make it array. Okay, let's make it array. Make it array. Ag array distinct. Can we how to remove so it's literally just that is not distinct. Why can't I spell distinct today? And that should be I have all sorts of extra. All right. Let's run this. Check this out. Everybody see what the problem was? All right, so here we are. Combined one. So we have boom, 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 boom. Either a dog got and is upstairs or somebody's here and I'm going to die. So either way, it'll be exciting. All right, so why didn't that? Oh, whoopsie. There we go. Pass and pass. Everybody get what I did with the distinct? So distincts are very powerful, but you got to pay attention to what you're bringing in. So technically, yeah. I'm trying to think about shuffling, and can we do this a faster way? And I don't believe there is. So all right, now let's submit this. And we should be good. But if you don't get what I'm doing here on 5, we have a couple more minutes. Let's dig into it. So what am I doing here on 5? So a customer can order. So on that line before we added distinct, if a customer ordered the same product more than once, that product is now in this array. So if I ordered product ID 2 and I order that and I go to the store and I get that twice a week. If that's like milk here at my house, I'm getting milk all the time, it seems. So milk would be in there multiple times. Well, inside this product table, milk is only in there once. So it's only going to be in this array once. So when I compared these two arrays, I'm saying, are they exactly the same? Well, no, because without distinct, milk is in here. If it's a month worth of stuff, the milk product key would be in here 8 times, where in this table, in this array, milk is only in there once, so that fails. So that's why we had to add the distinct. So that's where we are, and this is pretty good. We're here. We beat 75%, so we're in the top 25 percentile. That's not too shabby. All right, let's go back to chat. Anyone have any questions before we drop? Thank you, everyone, for getting us to 7 likes. And we're going to be continuing more, and we're going to be attacking CTEs. We're going to be doing more arrays. It sounded like something just fell in the kitchen. So we're going to be wrapping up here in a minute. I got dogs that are going bananas today. I cooked chicken last night, and we got one big dog. He goes crazy. When you got 500, Vinky, you are the best. Vinky is extremely sharp and has very elegant solutions. How did you handle this, Vinky? Did you do CTE, or did you do some subqueries? Excuse me. Let's see. So I wonder, well, we learned yesterday that MySQL does not support array ag. Use distinct. Use distinct in what manner? Down. Did you do distinct first, then? I wonder if there's another way. All right. Let's wrap it up. We're at 39. I bet we're at 2 hours now. Got 2 hours and 5 minutes. Oh, shot right past that. Apparently, I can't do math. All right. Bye, everyone. I'll see everyone tomorrow. Teeth are getting a little shabby. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. As always, make sure you're joining the Discord, answering the questions that you need help with, getting the help that you need and deserve, having count. Oh, nice. I got to get better at havings. Select from having count distinct. Nice. Okay, having count distinct product key equals select count. Oh, that's so pretty. So you did group by distinct. There you go. So you can. Yep. Vinky's really good. Vinky is really good. Vinky needs to be, if Vinky's not a data engineer, Vinky needs to be one. So we got, so if you're not looking at chat, that's what I'm staring at right now. So we're comparing the two. So you're doing a group by, and count. Yeah, tomorrow we're definitely going to work on halvings, because I know that because I used to waste a subquery and do another where you can actually use a halving and not need a subquery, because it's built into work. And I'm also going to do a syntax tree of the order of operations and the order in which you need to have things. One clap for Venky. Absolutely. Venky needs like 12 claps, because Venky, I'd say probably 75% of the time, Venky writes cleaner and better code than I do. And usually, I think one time I was down here on the backside of the curve, and Venky was up here in like the top 1%. It was just absolutely crazy. All right, now I want to run this one more time and see where I am. 550, so it slows down just a little bit. All right, I'm still talking, and I said I needed to go because I'm really trying to get out of here at a certain time today and finish up everything that I need, because I have a lot of homework to do now with this certification that I'm working on. So I want to get that done. But all right, as always, thank you so much, and I will see everyone tomorrow.